What's up, guys? This is Czar here, bringing you guys my week 2 match of the Remnants League. This game was versus Joshmaster3000, and he actually has a fairly scary team, and I think I brought the perfect team to help me win. This time I am bringing Trick Room, so hopefully that will help me win this. I have some crazy sets with Marowak and other things like that. Sadly, I never got to use it, but this was a Blizzard Marowak, and I have like a choice scarf list score and stuff like that. I just have a very unusual team this week. But let me just talk about each mon. Like I said, I have a mixed Alolan Marowak. I have a Trick Room setter for Mesprit. I have a basic Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile does Mega Mawile things. It just destroys pretty much. With Buzzwole here, I think I just brought a fairly basic Buzzwole set. Yeah, it was like a mid-speed Buzzwole. Basically, do whenever under Trick Room, I can outspeed the super fast things on his team, but without Trick Room, I can outspeed his walls, stuff like Swampert, stuff like Sylveon, and possibly even Megros. I'm not exactly sure. And then this was a Choice Scarf Gliscor that I do remember. I don't exactly remember the entire set, but it was a Choice Scarf Gliscor with Poison Heal, if I'm not mistaken. And this is basic Porygon 2 with Trick Room, Recover, Ice Beam, and Filler. I don't remember. It might have been T-Bolt. No, it wasn't T-Bolt. It must have been Tri-Attack, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was definitely Tri-Attack. Anyways, let's talk about his team for a second. He brought a Weavile, if I'm remembering correctly. This was a Sash Weavile, Mega Venusaur, some type of Megros. I'm not exactly sure on the set. This was a bulky Zygarde, if I'm not mistaken. That or Banded. It's been a little bit. The Sylveon was a Wish Passer, if I'm not mistaken, and this was a Rocks Swampert, like a support Swampert, pretty much, with Stealth Rocks and Earthquake of those sorts. But let's just hop right on into this, and I will lead off Buzzwole versus Weavile, because honestly, I thought that was probably the best opportunity, and I was right with that. It was the best opportunity. It makes him switch out a Weavile, because this is actually a fairly bulky Buzzwole. It's here to take on the Weavile, and it's here to take on the Zygarde as well. I just go out into Porygon 2. He clicks Earthquake. I eat that Earthquake up with Porygon 2. I get Trick Room up, and I will go out into the Totem Marowak. This nice big boy here will basically eat destroy his team. This Marowak has a very good matchup versus his team. It does tons of damage to Megros. It does tons of damage to Venusaur. If I was EV'd right, it would have done a lot more damage to Venusaur. If I was but yeah, since I am Blizzard Marowak, I can OHKO the Zygarde with Blizzard. If he wants to decide, alright, I'm going to just bring Zygarde in versus Marowak, I can just click Blizzard, no problem, kill it off. And it just does a lot of work to what he brought. And I decide to just click Earthquake, because that was the best move for me. If I went for something like Flare Blitz, Swampert just easily comes in, and I do get a little bit of chip off with Swampert. I just go back into Porygon 2. He gets his rocks up. That's not a huge deal, and I get a crit with Tri-Attack. I get a crit. Sorry, I get a crit with Tri-Attack. He roars me out into Mesprit, and I will just click U-turn back into Porygon 2, get my download boost again, and he will roar me out once again. I go into Mawile, and I just don't want to risk anything, and I'm going to click Sucker Punch. He clicks Roar once again, brings me out into Gliscor, and I am happy with this. I will just click Earthquake, killing off the Swampert, easy peasy. He will probably go into Weavile, and I could have easily Earthquaked again, doing quite a bit of damage, and he probably would not have clicked Icicle Spear, because he wouldn't be expecting my Scarf. But I was not willing to risk that. He does just click Knock Off, and I do lose my Expert Belt on Buzzwole, I do believe. Oops, I am sorry about that. Yeah, I do lose my Expert Belt, and I will just click Earthquake, because I was fairly sure that the Sylveon was pretty obvious, and I didn't have to really predict anything there. or I didn't, and I'm doing more predictions like I was talking about last week. Like I'm doing more predictions. Like I was pretty sure that Weavile wasn't staying in, and even if he does, I am fairly fine with that. Like Earthquake does a lot to it, and I can just revenge it off something like Score, or even like probably Mesprit can. No, not Mesprit. Mawile I think can handle it with Sucker Punch. But I will end up switching out versus a Sylveon because another Earthquake will not kill, and he just decides to click Hyper Voice, bring me down to about 50%, and I will click Trick Room with this Mesprit, allowing him to kill me off with Hyper Voice that next turn. Mesprit does go down here, and I will bring out Mega Mawile. Basically, nothing wants to take an Ironhead, nothing wants to take a Play Rough, and I can pretty much clean 2 kills with Mawile. I get Sylveon, and then he gives me Metagross as well, which is very, very nice. So, at the end of Trick Room, I do get 2 kills. I do end up switching out because Mega Mawile can still be useful at the end, and I don't want to risk anything really. With this, I do switch out into Venusaur, and I get Giga Drain for a little bit of damage. That's fine. I don't really care. I will get a Recover off and then start attacking with Tri-Attack. I don't want to... Oh, wait, no. Sorry. I do click Trick Room first, then I'll just start going off with Trick Room, getting like one, getting a second one, and I get the unfortunate freeze. That game would have been a lot harder if I did not get the freeze, but since I did get the freeze, it made my life so much easier. I don't have to worry about this guy recovering any HP or anything like that. So Venusaur does just basically go down here. I let Porygon 2 die to Toxic, and I will just bring out Alolan Marowak. I do make a slight misplay here since I was Life Orb. I was calculating with Thick Club, and that would have killed with Thick Club, but since I am Life Orb, I should have went for Flare Blitz. Sadly, that might matter later because I do just kill myself from Flare Blitz. Instead, I would have been able to live one more turn with one more. If I would have went Flare Blitz there, I would have had one more turn of Trick Room, and he would either went Weavile or he would have went Zygarde. Probably he might have went. What I would assume he would probably go Zygarde, thinking I can't do anything to him, and I will just Blizzard, possibly killing him. That's what I was hoping to do that turn, but sadly I do not get to even show it off. People were pretty much wondering why I used Life Orb, and they will pretty much never get to know unless they do watch this. But instead of doing that and losing my Marowak, he does go into Weavile. My easiest switch in is Buzzwole. He can't do anything to Buzzwole, and I think I'll just roost up right here, if I'm not mistaken. No, I just click Drain Punch, bring him down to Sash, and I am pretty much at full HP, or I'm about at 70%, and I will click Roost right here because I don't want to chance anything. Even a crit won't do anything, and if he does flinch me, I do have another turn to try and get a Roost off. And then okay. Sorry, he will go for another Icicle Spear. I will click Drain Punch, killing it off. I do get barely 1% back with a plus defense. So I am a fairly bulky Buzzwole. You can kind of see that from why I got a plus defense boost instead of a plus attack boost. Anyways, he will decide to D-dance on my Buzzwole. I click Ice Punch, bringing him down to 20%. He will decide to click the Z move on Buzzwole, and it only did about 46% with a +1 defense nature. Basically, either way you look at it, if I was able to get a plus attack boost, I would have been able to kill it with the Ice Punch. Since I was a plus defense boost, I was able to live the devastating Drake. Anyways, I still had a Choice Scarf Gliscor in the back, which probably would have killed, and also I had a Sucker Punch Mawile, which I just keep spamming Sucker Punch until he dies. Until he dies. And he can't sub up on me because he doesn't have enough HP. So I was perfectly fine with just going with that route. Anyways, Zygarde does go down here versus Buzzwole, and I do win 3-0. So I do pick up a win after that unfortunate 5-0 loss. So I am currently 1-1 with a -2 currently. So hopefully I can pick that up versus Troy in the next game. hope you guys do enjoy this week 2 game, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.